TNT, and I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
In the pray.
All right.
Like, like, who got it back? We got it back. You got it back.
Dog, that's the shit, though.
Oh, my God. Let's do this.
Welcome back, humans. I'm back once again. Got my man back here. He was missing in action. Had some personal things to take care of. But we got him back. We also handcuffed him to the table over here, so he can't leave.
Hey, you even got to be private about, like, dude, I was, like, really sick. Like, completely lost my voice for, like,
not la sick, though.
Like, no, not that kind of sick. I scorched my throat, like, really bad.
Right.
Drinking some hot stuff. And,
be careful with that, y'all.
Right. And I had strep throat before that. I was just coming off of having strep throat. And, when you have a really sore throat, you always want to drink something warm.
Yeah.
Or it's something extremely warm or something extremely cold. Right. And it was already cold outside. I'm like, I'm going to heat this hot chocolate up. And remember how the lady got burned at McDonald's? Like, it was like that kind of hot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was like that kind of hot. But
that was crazy.
Me having a sore throat, didn't realize how hot it was. Just tossed it back in my throat like a mouthful of it.
Oh, my God.
And it was so hot that before it even scorched my tongue, it hit the back of my throat and damn near like boiled my tonsils in the top of my throat.
I remember you showed me them pictures.
Right,
yeah, that looked wicked, yo.
And it was so bad. But I'm like, it'll heal. Like, I'm a man. I'm not going to the hospital unless some shit like.
For all you people out there, if he wants to share it on his social media, go follow him at his Instagram that he doesn't even know the name of. And it looks just like it looked like a bad.
Wait a minute, he just called me out on my Instagram. He was like, my boy Rando is being Rando.
I don't even know his Instagram.
He's like, my Instagram is like fucking G14.
Yeah, it's like, how did I follow you? Your user number 5543371. That's how I know it's him.
Hey, I promise y'all though, I'm gonna tighten up my Instagram. Y'all gonna be on that boy like, oh shit,
hell
this shit is lit. Is that the word lit? Like,
lit?
Like,
do we still say lit?
I thought they said lint. I was like, damn, they gonna say my shit's like dingy laundry.
I
Like,
know, give everybody a dirty look. And I was like, no, dog, it's lit. I was like, wait.
It's like, right.
I used the roller. I know. You know what I'm saying?
That's me, right? That's how, just being old. People first time I heard that, they're like, it's lint. I'm looking like lint. Like, where I got lint? I'm actually no lit. Like,
that's why when people were talking about the tea, when they wanted to hear, I'm like, spell that shit, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Like,
tea what?
Like, people spill the tea. The tea. Man, that is like the dumbest
shit. That's cheesy and like no creativity
plain.
at all.
Yeah, that's like Fleek. And
we
all
had
that
the juice.
Shit.
What's the juice?
Right.
What's the gossip? What's the 411?
Right.
How creative was that? That was information anyway. What was another one? The scoop, the dilly,
or just flat out like, damn, it nigga snatch you. Like,
or like, what would you do when you had some gossip? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I got the scoop, I got the skinny, I got the dillio.
Or who out there running their mouth? They act like a bitch. Like they spitting out all this gossip and shit.
Yeah, who's flapping at the gums?
Out here bumping these gums and jaw jacking and shit.
For real, writing them checks. What was it? Writing checks, your ass can't cash or some shit.
Out here like, sit your $5 ass down for me change. You know what the mean, bro?
Yeah, you better. No. Man, so I see you're rocking the bald today, man.
Yes.
It looks good, dude. You got a nice head for being bald, like I said earlier today.
Hey, that's cool. Thank God I'm blessed with that because, I
can't do that shit.
I started losing, like, getting thin up top, and I was like, I ain't even bullshit you, like 23, 24 years old.
My shit's like Scottie Pippen. Remember when Scottie Pippen tried to shave his head? Had like fucking, looked like veins and shit. I'm like, dog, that's his fucking, the craters, the hair just couldn't get shaved there.
Hey,
that's me.
It's some dudes, too, to be rocking a bald head, and they shit be looking like the young Jason Voorhees from Crystal Click, be having the lumps and shit. Or it looked like this, like Darth Vader when he took his helmet off.
I get
like,
hey, that ain't shit. I used to shave my head. You know this.
Yeah,
you were witness to this.
I know. I've seen it.
I used to shave my head, and there would be like pyramid shadows. It'd be fucking like you could tell the time like a sundial from the lumps on my noggin.
Hey,
like it's like 3 o'clock. Damn, you look at your phone.
Like, look, you my boy and everything. I've known you all like forever. I would have never put you on blast and told nobody that shit. But I'm like, since you brought it up,
I brought it up,
I was like, we should go somewhere, hang out and shit. I was like, hey, Hein, why don't you put your hat on? He's
not
like,
only that,
put my hat on. I'm like, dude, you out here looking special.
Hey, not only that was comfortable because we had these crazy summers, but even I had to deal with it. I just said fuck it. But it would grow back at like weird speeds. Like this side grow faster than fucking this side. Now look like a fucking sick patient or some sort. Like what happened to this motherfucker?
It's like, what's his nickname?
Don't do meth. You know what I'm saying?
They call him Kid Cancer.
Yeah, I'll be over here looking all fucked up, like trying to stare at everybody, be serious and shit. Look at my hair like Keanu Reeves in Parenthood when they try to cut their own hair and shit. Fuck their shit all up. That was me, and my shit was just growing back.
Hey,
like I'm brushing by my sideburn over here, and then this side fucking like still just got a buzz.
He's like, business on this side, party over
For
here.
real.
He's got a bad mullet.
Mine was like mine was the multi mullet. It was like party in the front, somebody hanging out in the back, somebody's hung over in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just got fired over here, and there's all kinds of shit. And this side was laid off.
It was just this side was laid off.
Yeah.
Man,
you can't do that
stupid,
shit.
Bro.
I don't shave my shit no more. I learned my lesson.
I just got comfortable with it because I'm telling you, the first time that when I just decided to cut it off, because I was like, dude, I'm in my 20s. My shit is like, I'm not going to be that motherfucker trying to rock a comb over or some shit. And like 20-something years, I'm like,
oh, I'll let it go.
Fellas, listen.
Let it go.
I'm 47. I've been bald for over 20 years. And I will tell you, as a man who rocks it comfortably, like I am no, like this is me. Like
you said you rock it comfortably because you have no choice.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, there's alternatives to shit. I've seen dudes do some weird ass shit as far as like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we saw them painting that shit.
Bro, I don't know. It's just not me. I guess I'm just comfortable with it. But fellas, this is what I'm saying. If you're starting to go bald, it's obvious. Like people gonna look at you like, oh, he's standing there losing hair. Let me say this. Up front and close and personal to the microphone. Let it the fuck
Let it go. Like the
Let
Frozen movie. Like that Frozen song.
Ain't no getting no spray-ins with fucking, what do you call those things? Plugs, fusions, whatever the fuck it is. Let it go.
And that glue and patching. I see you motherfuckers getting that shit on your beards.
Hey, when God gives you that sign to let it go, listen to God.
Hey, there's this thing called
let it go.
There's a thing called genes. And they're not the ones you wear on your legs.
Right, genetics. Not GENETICS. Genetics.
Hey, so if we get some of that spray shit, we should do it on the show and fucking make weird beard designs. We don't got to do it up here, but we can make some funny.
You?
On both of us. On both of us. You could level your shit out. You got this weird ass crater over there that don't even grow even.
Crazy
I can't even fill my shit in over here, so I could use it.
Oh, you talking about? I'm like, my shit all grows evenly. I don't have any bald spots.
No, I'm saying mine don't. Yours is full as fuck. Like, I got these spots. I'm fucking old man, and my shit still ain't got a man beard. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So I would need it. I would need to, like,
hey, that's when God says, let it go.
Yeah. He's like, look, don't do it. That voice comes on. It's like, it's not going to happen.
Right. Hey, right now, when I got the call, I'm like, it's weird as hell because anybody that's, like, known me since I was younger, I didn't even really have facial hair, like a thin-ass mustache, and praying to God a piece of a little peach fuzz on the chin when I was, like, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really start to grow any facial hair, like full-blown growing until well into my 20s. But, like, when my beard started coming in, thank God, it all came in at the same time. There was never no bald spot or this is growing in slow. When it came in, that shit came in like the forest in Oregon. Like, whoosh.
Hey, we had this dude in our high school. Well, we knew him since, like, middle school or elementary and all that shit to high school. His name was Louie. What up, Louie? It's your crazy
Hey, Lou!
Yeah. This motherfucker had a full beard, mustache, and like a 6 o'clock shadow, more than a 5 o'clock shadow, when we was in, like, 8th grade.
My boy. I went to school with, I swear to God, we was in junior high, and he had a full-blown, like, mustache, beard, and he was our age. Maybe he may have been, like, a year older, but, I mean, I know his name. I'm not just going to put his name out there or whatever, because I don't know how you feel about it.
I ain't scared, Lou.
You stupid.
You look like you were 55.
My man had that shit. I thought we was like one of them schools, like the movies or something. Like, oh yeah, that's him. He should be a senior like 5 years ago. He's like 25.
Yeah,
in 9th grade. That's what I felt like. That nigga grown, bro.
He's special.
I'm like that nigga. I was like he wasn't special. He just had grown people features.
I wanted to see his license and birth certificate and shit.
Right.
Because my boy looked old. Like he even looked old, and we was young kids.
Like my man didn't. Yeah, my man didn't look old, but he ain't look old, but he looked like he was well into his 20s.
We used to go when we was kids. Like before we were allowed to go to clubs. We had this place they called the Band Shell. All y'all from our neighborhood.
I know all about it. I know about the band.
So we'd go there to dance and shit. You know, my boy was the DJ.
I didn't really hang out at this type of shit, but I knew all about it.
We used to go and dance because we was, you know, I used to dance my ass off. You know what I'm saying? So we was all about those. We get the matching outfits, do that routine shit. You know, we was out there. You know what I'm saying?
My boys was doing all that, and man, there was a few of those little clubs.
Dreams.
Yeah, they used to all go to that shit. we was all the same age and everything. That was my boys and everything, but I didn't hang out and shit like that.
So
that age, I was off doing my own.
It was like 18 and under, right?
I know.
And they would fuck with my boy every time we went there because he looked fucking old as shit.
They like, you a pedophile?
They were like, where's your show us your school ID. And I was like, man, I want to see his birth certificate. This dude, like, he could buy me beer right now. We're 14. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking looks like 28 easily.
Luckily, you had me and your older brothers, and like you didn't need all.
No,
that.
Man, we had that 5 for 5 store. I never knew the name of this store ever when I was a kid, but they sold 22 ounces, and you could 5 of them for $5. So we called the store 5 for 5. And even my little boy Schmorty, I don't know if you remember Schmorty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I put him out of my car on 4th Street. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They would let his ass go buy beer there. We're like, it's your turn. He's like, they're not going to let me do it. Look like Smalls from fucking Sandlot and shit. Like, just go get the beer. You know what I'm saying? And he would go get it, come back, and fucking be like, you know what I'm saying?
Right? Happy as hell.
Oh, man. Shout out to the 5 for 5. I never knew the name of your store. We all called you the 5 for 5 because that's all it said on the door was 5 for 5 on the deuces.
We would have, me and Brian and back in the days on a Fridays, I will never fucking forget this shit. We would buy cases of double deuces, of like the case of Coke 45 deuces, and there was this other one that like just really came out. It was like in the green bar. It wasn't like Mickey's or no shit like that, but it was like a malt liquor, but it was a shit. And you show up on a Friday, there's a couple bottles of rum. Maybe
40s like are still around, but they had a big popularity back in the day. Remember that Red Dog? And Red Dog made 40. Me neither, but everybody was trying to make a 40 beer.
45, and then everybody got, and that's like 1920, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even old enough to buy alcohol, but we would just, like, me and my boy.
I was Old English, man.
This was the shit, like, it's summertime, we're in Oak Brook, I'm like, 17, 18 years
my
old,
boy,
dude. We're drinking 64s. This is the summertime, walking down the street with a fucking 64.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Coke 45, like, and you know you couldn't hold them by like right here.
Yeah.
You held them by the neck because it was that big ass thing. You're like walking
for
down
the knuckle,
street. Right? It wasn't a thing, but like the neck of the bottle. No, it was like the neck of the bottle was bigger. You know what I'm saying? So you would have like between your fingers, fucking drink. That shit's hot as fuck because it's like 90 degrees. We're feeling like we're gangsters. Not gangsters, but teenagers walking down the street in broad daylight with a 64.
So yeah, I'm young and listening to LL, you know, Old English blew my mind. So when I got to buy beer, that's what I went for first.
I hate it.
Shit was, I don't know what happened.
God,
it was horrible.
That shit
and I bought it every time. I drink it every time.
Because everybody was on.
My boys was like St. Ides and all the other shit, right? And I was like, give me that Old English every time. And I'm like, this shit is so gross. And I still drink it.
Man, St. Ides was fucking,
Then they did all the fruity flavors and shit.
Yeah, I ain't never fucking had a fruit flavor.
I was never a St. Ides guy, but I remember they had like St. Ides fruits and shit. And I'm like, come on, man, that's a wine cooler. And my boys were like, no, but it's a 22 ounce. A 22 ounce wine cooler.
Right. Like,
come on.
Like you out here drinking Cisco. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's what I said. If this year was a booze, it'd be the Mad Dog 2020. They predicted this shit.
Right.
Wasn't even real liquor.
Hey, shit, I don't know.
They fuck people up.
That right. That Mad Dog 2020 Orange Jubilee or the Banana Red. Oh my God. Dude.
He brought the Orange Jubilee.
Yes, either cold, ice cold, either that or like I said, the Banana Red, strawberry banana shit. Man, if you got one of those like cold as hell, hey, the after effect of drinking a bottle of that to me was like almost the equivalent of smoking a joint and drinking 340s, because by then I would either be super chill or be amped as fuck, ready to just go.
I can honestly say I've never drank it, but I've seen it drinking at parties I was at, but I've never tasted a Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm in a different time here growing up. Like my era,
all my friends did it, but I just never was tested.
I remember we was MD 2020 Boone's Farms.
I remember Boone's Farms.
Drinking 40s, or like either Coke 45. You were doing the St. Ides. You would do Cisco once in a while, but hey, that Strawberry Hill or Strawberry Heaven chip from Boone's Farms.
Oh my God,
fucking man, shit was some wild times. Like we was different. Like motherfuckers be drinking White Claw and Zimas and shit.
Remember Zimas? Oh my God,
that shit was horrible, dude. Horrible.
You'd have to hide that. Dudes would drink it like they was cool.
Yeah, a Zima back then was the equivalent of guys drinking White Claws right now. That's the equivalent. Like, a nigga was drinking a Zima back then.
I told you one time.
You can't roll with me.
I told you one time we did a beer run. There was this one store we get a beer delivery, and we was young kids and troublemakers. So it was like when he walks in, we're hitting that. We're gonna run to that truck and just grab whatever's there. Just grab 2 and just run. So we all grabbed beer, and the only thing that was open was Zima. So we stole like fucking 6 cases of Zima. Me and some young guys, right? And we're like, let's go to the Dollar Show, the movie theater, right? and we go to the Dollar Theater. I've said this before, but we snuck them in our sodas, like we had Mountain Dews and shit, so we started drinking those. And man, we drank. It was all we had, right? So we were at the movie theater, and I'm like, man, there's bottles all over the floor. We got to get the fuck out of here. So we get out of the movie theater. We're all puking up foam from all that weak ass Zima on the way home from the movie theater and shit.
That's what you get.
It was so nasty.
Oh my god.
It was like some strong Sprite, like the Sprite with a kick on it.
I ain't never been like I said, for all that bullshit, that fruity ass alcohol. Like,
it was bad.
Like, I'm gonna drink a Bud Light Lime-A-Rita. I'm like, no.
A Lime-A-Rita.
Right. I'm like, that's beer.
How
but
you can't say that manly at all.
A Rita. I don't know. Like,
even if Mike Tyson was in the ring or standing right here on this podcast or standing in this room, it would still not sound manly. Lime-A-Rita. Because nobody could say Lime-A-Rita and sound cool.
Not what.
Not
like,
a dude
you drinking
anyway.
a margarita and you at the bar or something like that. But I don't know. That's
a Lime-A-Rita. They don't even.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. That shit is just wrong. Let's put it that way.
I mean, if it's even if it's a good drink, you might have to make a nickname for it if you're a dude, or else like people around will want your man card.
He's like, you're like, give me 3 White Claws. I'm like, look, they punch your shit like, you know, you get 5 punches, you get a free sub. There's like, that's 3. There's like 3 demerits on your man card. Like, pat, pat, pat.
Yep.
Like you only get 5.
Yeah, you got 2 left, man.
You got 2
stretch
left.
that out.
Like you just took more than half your shit.
Hey, we still got 6 months left of the year, dude. You better just get it go.
Like, let it go. Like, you got 3 demerits and you only get 5, and it's only halfway through the year. And you're gonna give those up for some White Claws? You brave as fuck, right? Now.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop! I'm wrong as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll take that back. I'm not sorry. It is what it is. I said what I said.
Did you catch any? Did you catch any up on any things you've been watching lately? Since you had been locked up, man, or anything?
He said since I was locked up, he's like,
well, you were out of commission.
He's like, well, he said he was sick, but then he was in jail. Don't lie.
That's what I used to say when my dad used to go away. Rest in peace, pops. When my dad got locked up, they used to say, "Oh, he had to go away somewhere." They never told me what happened.
Hey,
but, oh, he went somewhere.
Hey. We're going to discuss that, but you know.
Yeah.
He's like, he went away like, no, that ain't, he went gone.
Yeah. He went somewhere. Then you get letters on toilet paper and shit. No. But that's another story. Shout out to my pops. Rest in peace, homie. He's here too, man. He's here in my house.
Wait a minute, bro.
I have his ashes here.
That's what's up.
Me and him were big boxing fans. I mean, this is still, I don't want to get all sad or nothing. It's not sad or nothing. It's positive. But me and him were big boxing fans, so I have his ashes here because he was cremated and all that stuff. And once in a while, when it's a huge fight like this Saturday, I'd bring him upstairs, put him up there while the fights are on. Because there's a big fight coming up. I don't know if you know this. This Saturday is Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr.
I thought you said against Errol Smith. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, Danny Garcia. And they're both real good fighters. They're both elite fighters. Errol Spence is just recovering from a bad car accident. He was in a Ferrari and got flung out the car. It's on video. Like the street surveillance has the film. It was bad. And he survived, and he got back to rehabilitation, and he's back to boxing. And this is going to be a really good measuring stick for him, I think, because Danny Garcia is no pushover. He's a bad motherfucker.
Right.
And this will say how good. But, dude, Errol Spence is like, he's like a Sugar Ray Leonard type of fighter, but he's got crazy more power. Like he's like Hagler and Leonard put together. Like you know how bad.
Right, you got Hagler's power.
Oh my God.
And you got Leonard's agility and speed.
And he does. He's such a great fighter if you get a chance. And he's got a cool Southern accent. I forget where he's from. Maybe Atlanta or something. He's got a cool.
Might be from South Park.
Or I think he might be Texas. He might be from Texas because he's got a ranch down there. So he might be Texas. He's got a cool accent.
Dude.
But this dude can fight.
Of Texas, dude. I don't. I'm sorry.
All right. But anyways, this dude can fight really good. He was like untouchable. People were ducking him like before this accident, and so this is his first.
People were ducking him like, we got a chance. We got to open opportunity. He's like, no, I think I should.
Oh, before this pandemic thing came around, you know what I'm saying? Boxers were ducking everybody because they were still making money fighting once a year. Now, when everybody was locked down, nobody's watching shit. These big fights are happening because dudes need money. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I really like this shit right now because they're in the backs against the wall for once. You know what I mean?
Like they can't just be lazy. Like this is the only way you're gonna eat.
If there's ever been if there's ever been something built for the fans right now, it's the fight game. You know, whether it's mixed martial arts or boxing or whatever else they have out there, because there's no
fighters
ducking.
are hungry, right? The fighters are hungry.
Yes,
that's the only opportunity. Like you can either fight him or don't fight. Like fuck it, I'll take that fight.
And that's what's been happening. Lomachenko and Lopez. You know, everybody got so hyped up with the Tyson Roy Jones, but this dude Errol Spence was the man, dude, and people were literally ducking this man. and everybody's excited to see how good he's gonna be first fight after this.
Right. We want to know. I want to know.
And I think the winner of these two get Teofimo Lopez, the guy who just beat Lomachenko, which would be another good fight, dude. I'm just excited about boxing. It's been nothing but good fights.
I gotta go back and watch those.
I can send you some too to watch because they just want you just miss, and they'll be like the quick 10-minute clip of the whole fight. You know what I mean? Those are the best way to see them anyway. Sometimes if you never heard of the guys, because you know what I mean, because you'll hear all the commentators saying all their whole career while you're watching the fight. Back in last month in '94. His father
and his grandson.
Yeah,
like his grandson. Like he got a kid and a grandchild.
So yeah, that shit could happen. But did you happen to see the Tyson fight or anything?
I said I caught the first couple rounds, and unfortunately, due to being sick, I was on my medication, dude. And I was like,
oh yeah, that's probably tough.
I was knocked out, dude. Like I remember watching the fight and like being like second round into it, I was like, gone. Just. Not that it was boring, but medication was like, time to go night-night.
I thought it was awesome. It wasn't super, like, high-powered. Like, nobody tried to kill nobody. Even though it felt, when you saw Tyson.
I've seen a couple, like, the first 2 rounds, and it was like, from what I've seen, it was like,
I thought they did
Tyson
a great.
gave him a, you know what I'm saying? Tyson gave him a good run, whatever. And, let me reverse that and say Roy was trying to give it a good run.
Well, Roy Jones was in survival mode. Like I said, I don't know how much of the fight you saw. Roy Jones looked good for like the first round, then he got tired quick. And Tyson,
right? That's what I said. By the end of the second round, to me, like Roy looked like he was like, what do you call it? I'm gonna say fatigued.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
he was
towards the end of the second round.
Yeah,
like he was blowfishing.
Well, Tyson was hitting that body,
and like
Tyson was rocking that body hard, dude.
Yeah, like I seen some of that in the first 2 rounds. Like I said, unfortunately, I ended up going to sleep, dude.
So Tyson, I thought it was really great. What I liked about the whole fight, Tyson's composure. He literally boxed. He kept it cool. He could have took his. It looked like he could have took Roy out when he wanted,
right?
And he would just chill out and made it a great time. And then afterwards, they were joking, having fun. I'm like, this was a Tyson I wish could have happened, back then, because I don't think he ever would have lost if he was in this mindset.
Right. Because back then he was so aggressive and intent on hurting people and just being, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's because people treated him like shit. And he talks. He's got an awesome podcast. If you ever get a chance, shout out to Hot Boxing. It's a bomb show. He talks about all his demons, all that shit on there, man. And him and this former NFL player, that guy's a monster. He was a tight end for like the Vikings, and he's got that giant voice. When you're too tall, and I forget what they call it when you're like got that voice when you're a giant. It's like a real thing. And when he talks, he's just like crazy because he's just so big. You know what I'm saying?
Like Ray, the dude from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Something like Romano's voice, but this guy's like 6'9" and like just muscles. You know what I'm saying? And they're boys. So they do the show together. And Tyson was talking about that. They said they would have him under this impression that if you lose, everything's gone. All the money that's already in your bank, everything would be gone. And they would have him like on this edge of his seat, like on thin ice every day of his life. When Cuss died, when Cus D'Amato was alive, Tyson was untouchable. He had the right people around him. Cus D'Amato was the shit. You know what I'm saying? If Cus D'Amato was a younger man
and would have lived through,
he would have never lost. Never. And once he died, all them people just went with spoons and forks to eat off that plate all day and wanted to use him as a product. And he was just he was too young of a mind. He reminds me of the guy from The Blind Side. Right. He was a young child, really double-minded, and
confused.
Has capabilities to do great things and can be pulled in either direction.
He had a Cus D'Amato, someone who generally cared about him throughout his career.
For sure.
He would have never lost. And he would have retired undefeated. I honestly believe. Through the Holyfield, the whole shebang.
Everything.
I believe that. But like you said, once Cus died, dude, everybody was just like you said, use him as a product, and he was too young young enough to be mentally manipulated.
For sure.
And everybody, like you said, was using him as a product and had him constantly thinking he was on the edge of losing everything he had. So he wasn't fighting at that time like for the love of the game because I love the box.
Right.
He's fighting because in his mindset he's believing like this is my do or die moment. Like if I don't do it right now, I'm gonna lose everything. So yeah.
It was really cool seeing him in that mind state. It's awesome. But in that show, he talks about a lot of that stuff, man. It's a great podcast too. I really enjoy it.
You know what else is a great podcast? This motherfucker right here.
Well, yeah, like all those guys inspired me to start this, and because
hold on, I thought I inspired you. This is bullshit. You told me.
Man, this has been going on 50 episodes before you got here.
On camera.
It's like, man, we was like 50 episodes before you got here. Something.
Like, you had done 40 episodes, but you never had a real show until I showed. No, I'm just playing. He's like, you know what? Cancel that. Unplug your mic. You're fired. I'm like, I was just playing. He's like, you see in the contract.
Right. Let me just turn his mic off real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Like,
no, but
you lost your voice again, bitch.
And then I don't know if you saw any of the undercard. There was a couple good fights in the undercard.
Seen some like Mexican looking dude.
Did you see Nate Robinson get knocked out, former NBA player?
No. Oh my God.
So I called it because.
Wait a minute. The dude he's playing the NBA?
Yep, Nate Robinson.
The short
slam dunk contest. He boxed Jake Paul.
Shut up.
So Jake
When
Paul,
did he start boxing?
Just for this fight. Like he trained, got a trainer and all this stuff because they talk shit on the internet. So they started it on the fight. So Jake Paul is a famous YouTuber, and his brother's got one of the biggest YouTube channels.
They weren't really boxers.
No, he is. Like, let me just break it down for you. So his brother and him are big YouTube influencers. They're one of the biggest channels out there, biggest everything out there when it comes to that.
Right.
And so he branched off into other realms. He does rap, he does other things, and he got into boxing. But he took it for real. He didn't. And so him and this other rapper got into it on the internet, and he's like, I'll box you on pay-per-view, whatever. And they fought. And they fought twice, I think. And then he got really serious, got a real trainer, started keep training, keep working at it, and he fought a real professional fight, and he won. So he's actually 1-0. And they count Nate's fight as a professional fight, even though because they sanctioned him. I'm sorry.
Right.
But I don't count that as a fight. I still think he's 1-0 as a pro, but he's taking it serious, and I respect that because you know me in boxing, I grew up with that, me and my pops, and my whole fam actually, and so he's taking the game for real, and I respect that to the fullest. He's not no Floyd Mayweather nothing, but he's got skill, and you could tell. I already knew he was going to have more skill than Nate.
The average dude.
So when Nate was going to go in there, Nate was leading with his head, and my man was just taking his time. You could tell he was training. I'm like, look at him waiting now. A young, immature, unexperienced fighter just going to go just like wild.
Right.
And this kid was waiting. He was just like, here it comes. And Nate kept walking into his overhand. He knocked him down, I think, 3 times. But the last one, it was like when Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez. He was out before he hit. And Pacquiao's my dog, but that's a bad knockout. Like, he was just like, psh, good night, and bam, he was out for like 3 minutes or so, man, just flat on his face, like asleep. Like
the fight was over 2 minutes in already, and he was still asleep.
And he knocked him out, and I told my buddy, you want to put some money on it, dude? He's like, well, Nate's a bad dude, this and that. I'm like, look, man, he don't box. I don't care who you are. LeBron James don't box. Even if you see him working out with a boxing trainer at a gym, that's a boxing trainer at a gym. He ain't working no Freddie Roach and motherfucking Garcia family. You know what I'm saying? LeBron will get fucked up in the boxing ring. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
Like Jake Paul would even give his ass a run for his money because he's really working. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to fight McGregor next. Supposedly, that's the next big fight. That Jake Paul kid with McGregor. And now, that will be a good fight because if you put McGregor with a seasoned fighter, McGregor will look like shit, just like when Floyd had to carry him for them rounds. I don't care what none of y'all say. McGregor did good. Floyd carried him. If you watch any fight with Floyd Mayweather, he don't fight like that. He never comes forward. He didn't respect the dude's power. The fight was lame, and Floyd just walked around and let him punch him for a while. Floyd made that shit happen.
Right, Floyd would have knocked him out whenever the fuck he felt like he really.
You can't hit Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd don't fight going forward like that. He went at Floyd.
And he fights with his arm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's this.
He just got kind of tired. He got kind of tired. He's like, all right, this dude's done. Let me just finish him real quick. Then the ref had to stop it. Look, he's a technical fighter, dude, to the fullest. If anybody's that's a masterful shit.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like that Mayweather's like personality, how he talks shit or whatever.
That's how he sells that fight.
The fuck out of his hands, like he talks shit, but the motherfucker backs up his shit. I respect the shit out of that.
You know, he has to sell the fight, and a lot of people say he's not like that when the cameras ain't on. They say he's actually a real cool dude, but I respect him in the ring. Goddamn, like you watch Floyd in slow motion, and you realize what the fuck. He's like Spider-Man in that movie with Tobey Maguire. When that bully tries to punch him, he fucking looks at the hand as it goes by him and shit. Then he follows you back. If Floyd Mayweather does that one step back. When he was younger, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, they used to hit him with it. He was learning it. You know what I'm saying? Then when he became Money May, after he beat De La Hoya, he wore the Mexican flag colors, which was fucked up.
That was so disrespectful.
But he did it. He
came out there in sombrero and everything.
Hey, but he did it.
Right? He came out there like, I'm going to disrespect your shit and whoop your ass so you can't even dispute it.
So when he became Money Made, that's when he's like, oh, put the cameras on me, motherfucker. Like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was his cash cow. You know what I'm saying? But watch him in slow motion. Oh, my God. You got to respect that, dude. You got to respect it.
Actually, I don't have to respect it. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, you don't have to, but it's there.
You do. Yeah, you do.
That's some skill, regardless if you do or don't. That's just amazing.
I don't.
But
don't care for him because of that mouth, but he backed up all his shit. So
yeah,
fuck it.
So supposedly McGregor and that Jake Paul guy are gonna fight, and I think it's gonna be.
When is this happening?
I'm thinking probably in February or January. I'm thinking because they gotta have time to train, probably contracts, all that.
Right.
And I think it's gonna be super entertaining because that he's not a super seasoned fighter, and McGregor's who he is. They might like drop a lot of bombs. Like this might be like an evenly because they are. This saying gets old, but it's true. Styles make fights.
Yeah.
So this Styles would be so good. Like, man, it would be kind of. I'm just hyped to see this fight because it'd be
where it's gonna go.
So when I was younger, my dad was like, "It's all about the featherweights and the lightweights," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's the heavyweights, the heavyweights." You know what I'm saying? We got Vander Holyfield, George Foreman's on the way out, people on the back door, Frazier's still fighting. You know what I'm saying? All these guys are still going. Fucking all these guys, right? And my dad was like, "No, you got to watch the lightweights. You got to watch the lightweight." So I watch these guys that are barely as tall as the ropes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Their little war back in the day, they were like little tornadoes. They would just swing nonstop at every round because they were like 5'2",
Right, weigh like 112 pounds.
But now it's like the welterweight and middleweight world. That's the dominant, the weight class of boxing right now.
Like there ain't no great heavyweights these days.
Nope.
Dude. Like not level of caliber of fighters we used to call them real heavyweights, like the Tysons, the
Riddick Bowe,
Lennox Lewis,
Lennox Lewis,
yeah, dude,
Tarver. You can go on.
Antonio Tarver.
You can go on. I mean, I wouldn't say he's one of the greats, but you got Evander.
Just those names, yeah. You can,
Ali.
You can run down the line. You know what I'm saying? Even in the middleweights back then, like we had the Mosleys, the Camachos,
dude, they got a new documentary coming out about Camacho. I'm going to be watching that. I think it's coming out this month, or January. I forget, or New Year's Eve. It's going to be on Netflix. I think so.
All right, Netflix. We have that.
Hey, I got a cool story. Well, not a real cool story. It was kind of made me sad, but I won't tell the whole part of that. But I met Camacho one time in the flesh,
right?
And I love boxing, dude. Like I told you, I grew up in the Kronk gym, the real Kronk gym, not that new shit that's in the church basement.
With
the original Kronk gym. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel Stewart, rest in peace. All them dudes, him and his brother, all them guys. But
anyway,
so he's retired. All right, he's already retired. He fought all them guys. He's not fighting no more. And I heard he was living in Dearborn, like in Michigan. All right.
Right.
So how we used to hang out with some people that were entrepreneurs and of maybe not the up and up sense. They were some hustlers. We'll just say some hustlers. No, some of our friends was maybe some hustlers.
We ain't put no names out there.
Yeah. So we was
partying. Limitations is still on.
Yeah, we ain't playing around. No, nowadays it's that cancel culture. They'll bring shit up from '94 and shit. Yeah, I saw that VHS tape. You fucked. No, I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying?
It's like limitation says.
So yeah, when some back in the day in the late '90s, you know what I'm saying?
But we'll just say we were in that decade.
Yeah, we was hanging out with them, our boys and shit, and they had this big party. There was a fucking big party going on. There's like a whole bunch of people from wall to wall at the house, inside, outside, upstairs, downstairs, pool table, DJs. You know what I'm saying? It was going, or it was lit.
Who said lint?
Yeah, who said lint? No, I was kidding. It was pocket lint. You know what I'm saying? No, I was just kidding. So we're all chilling at the party. So my boy's like, yo, I get there and he's all freaking out when I'm there. He's like, hi. He's like, you got to get over here. He's like, fucking get over here. Come here.
I don't believe this.
He's like, you'll never guess who's playing pool downstairs. And I'm like, what? And then he starts yelling like Michael Buffer and shit. He's like, Hector. He's like, Macho. And he's like telling me he's downstairs. I'm like, fuck you. You lying motherfuckers. And these guys are like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I go down there. And, like I said, I go downstairs, you know what I'm saying? And he was just all wasted, like super, like wasted, like where I don't even think he remember or know anything we were saying, you know what I'm saying? So that part was like the sad part, you know what I'm saying? So I was like there like, hey, what's up? Trying to talk to him, but he was like all weekend at Bernie's and shit. He was just like, he was all fucked up.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Like motherfuckers, like his boys that was with him, like, he was like waved him for him and shit. And like picked his hand up.
Say hi.
Yeah, he was just like fucking all catatonic, you know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
He was froze up. He was like he was in a snow
like
globe.
Elsa.
Hey, he was in a snow globe, and no one was invited.
Yeah, snow globe, like.
Yeah, he was shaking it himself, and so he was all froze, right?
He said he was shaking his own
for real.
globe.
You know what that means,
right?
That's like so. Yeah, so I was like, I'm trying to talk to him and all. I'm like, then I just gave up. I'm like, man, this is useless. Like, this ain't even worth a picture, man, because he's just fucking. I don't even know where he would have been looking. Like one eye didn't even look like it was straight. Like there was something he just kept looking at over here.
Like he had been drugged and kidnapped. Like
looked like he was looking that way the whole time. Like I'm like, what's going on? Should I sit on this side for the picture? I was still contemplating the photo because like his eyes was just stuck going one way. Like I said, he was like,
dude, my face is turning from laughing.
So I'm trying to be cool, man. I'm trying to keep because I'm always cool when I met like a celebrity of some sort.
Right.
I won't name drop, but I met a few like when I'm music time and all that.
I met a few too.
So I just always kept my cool. So they always respected that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be cool with them, not really asking yet. I'm just kind of looking for my angle. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how do I come at him?
So I'm like, you know what? I ain't even saying nothing.
Like, he totally incoherent right now?
Yeah, I was like, all right, man, I'll see you later. And he was just like,
yeah.
I think that meant, all right, man, have a good one.
He hit the Bernie like,
yeah.
like just arm dropped like.
Yeah. But rest in peace. You know, I can't wait to see the documentary. I was a big fan of yours. I got a bunch of your fights on tape, on VHS still. I got to put a bunch of my fights on.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so, yeah, I don't know. We got on that boxing trip, but it was pretty cool, man.
And take me to the Harbor House. It's going down.
He'll fool your ass with his tax return.
You recording right
yes.
now? You're an ass. I hate you. I ain't even got my headphones on or nothing, dude. Nothing. Damn, bro. Just ouch. Oh, my God.
I was throwing the worm out like.
Oh, dude. That's fucked up. How you just going to bait me like that?
I was like trout fishing.
Look, I'm out here. Wait a minute, I'm
Bass
out here
Masters.
playing on my phone, no headphones on. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Turn my headphones up.
He's like, turn them shits up.
For real. I can't hear nothing. Turn them shits up.
Bro, that was wrong
what?
as hell, though. You just
I'm about to turn it up. Wait. What?
Stop, bro. Stop.
What?
I said, wait a minute, dude. I'm still tripping on the fact that you just fucking started recording.
Oh, I won't keep that part.
I mean, you can. I don't care. Fucking it is what it is. But I'm just sitting here on my phone. I'm talking to you thinking we're just one-on-one conversating.
After we're going to be going live next when we get 1,000 subscribers and all that. We'll be doing this episode live.
Dude.
So all that will be going. So just so you know.
There will be no edit. Like, so if I say some racist, subliminal, not even subliminal, but some straight racist shit, look, it can't be edited.
It can't be edited.
No, I'm just playing. I'll be saying no racist shit.
We'll be live.
Like, what you mean you say some racist shit on TV? Like, you be talking racist shit when y'all off camera? Like, kind of, but not really. No, just fucking around.
No, we don't. Because we don't consider it that. I'm just kidding.
It's only racist if we get caught. No, just like.
Oh, so you know how we was talking about the fights, you know, we started getting into like the sports. And I told you I was in a really good mood, and you didn't know what happened. So Saturday, I was doing the episode with my wife, and we were talking about how shitty the Lions were and how shitty this shit's going. The coach ain't shit. And a guy on SportsCenter started making national news. And a guy on SportsCenter said if this coach won 24 straight games, he would still have a less winning record than our last coach. That's how shitty he was. And then, so anyways, they fired his ass. So after we did the episode, I got the message all on my phone that they fired him that day. So I didn't get to say that he got fired that day. I was like, he should get fired, but he did get fired. They fired him and the GM, Matt Patricia ass.
Matt Patricia.
He can't fucking coach for shit ass. And fucking Bobby Quinn, go get somewhere else, motherfuckers, because y'all ain't doing it here. And I'm really happy about that. And then now there's future talk about the Lions, like what's the next step. But anyways, like I said, starting to think about time without Stafford. And I think it's a good time, you know, start looking for a quarterback for the future, some players of the future. Maybe you're looking for a trade with him. Maybe trade him to a contender so we can get some draft picks because there's some really good quarterbacks coming up. And who knows? We'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm happy they got rid of them guys because it just wasn't working. He just didn't happen. A lot of coaches, I think it doesn't matter. I think if you know football, you can probably coach the game. But if you don't got the players' respect, I don't think they're going to play for you.
Yeah, they're not going to perform for you. That's what any sport. You don't respect your coaching or your management. You're not going to give me 100% when you just feel like fuck them.
So I think a lot of that was them not playing for the guy because a lot of the good players like Darius Slay, Quandre Diggs, they traded him away because these guys were against their system. They were like, you're not putting us in positions to win. And Darius Slay was one of the best corners, you know, in the game. And he's not on our team anymore, which sucks. We drafted some dude that really bad. And people are like, oh, he's a rookie. I'm like, yeah, but usually they pick it up. There's a reason they're the number one draft pick. This dude ain't that good, all right? And it's bad. We blew it. And we could have got a quarterback there, too.
And we did fucked up, don't you?
Yeah, they did. And anyways, so, like I said, they got to build this team from scratch now. And I think, keep Stafford for his contract or whatever. But I think they should look for getting a quarterback or trade him for some draft picks. And start building their team from brand new. And then I heard the dumbass Pistons. I thought you guys were going to make some good. You guys made some good draft picks. But then I heard they drafted LiAngelo Ball.
Why?
That's like the brother. That's like the one brother that nobody cared about, but they had to pick him because the other brother wouldn't play for your school. Like, I go and they go. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. It was like League of Their Own.
Right.
Like they wouldn't take the ugly girl until Julie. What's her name? What was her name? Julie Roberts? No.
Julie Roberts. Stop it. Hold on. She is Gina
Davis.
Gina Davis, yeah.
Yes, where she was like, nah, we ain't going now. And they really wanted her anyways. So they were like, damn it. You know what I'm saying? So they had to play game.
Right. Bring the other one. Might as well.
Might as well. I think that's happening.
Right.
But on that note, I got something I wanted to talk about.
Shit.
I got a problem with some shit I see on this old-ass Facebook shit. Because sometimes people say Facebook's getting for old people now. They say it's like basically for old people because now they have all these newer things.
The Instagrams and the Snapchats and TikToks.
And the Twitters and all that jazz.
Twitter's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
I remember having a Twitter when it very first came out, like years and years and eons ago.
But it's still
I
more.
didn't like it. It was boring to me. I hate all that back at so-and-so, at so-and-so. Well,
it's still more current than Facebook. Like even though I'm not like a big Twitter person.
It's like real-time type shit.
Yeah. So I noticed that there's one thing I don't like about Facebook, and no pun intended, but it's the like button, the like. All right, they don't have a dislike. They don't have. Now they brought out this little care emoji.
Yeah, with the heart.
But what the fuck is that? Like that could mean something like you're flirting with somebody, or does it mean that you care? Like what the fuck? That's like somebody hugging a heart. That could take many ways, right?
Right.
So, what bothers me is when I see like somebody lost a loved one, and there's like 300 likes. Like, did you like that person died? Like, that's fucked up. If I see you like some shit like that, that's what I'm thinking. You liked that my friend died or my father died.
Right.
What the fuck?
I see that. Dude,
I got a problem with that fucking button.
Yeah, you put a depressing, I'm feeling my feelings, I wish somebody loved me type fucking thing. Somebody puts a like or thumbs up.
And I have a friend.
Heart. You like, damn, for real, you love that happened to me. What the fuck do you mean?
I have a friend that was close to me when I was a kid, and they had lost a loved one, recently. And I went to the message. I messaged them privately and was like, I don't know what to do here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, this like, at a heart, a fucking cry face. Like, I'm not going to fucking reply like these people are doing this, and I'm not going to hit like. I don't like that what happened.
Right.
And then they're like, why didn't you reply? And dude, we grew up with this person, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you don't understand.
I'm confused.
I can't be throwing these emotions around like this when I'm so limited. I'm limited.
Right. He's like,
I'd rather make a little video
dude,
like,
you know
I'm sorry.
The worst thing is, though, that they put on Facebook Messenger is that fucking little thumbs up emoji. And it seems like you constantly, like, I don't know about y'all, but that little thumbs up emoji on Messenger, I don't know how, but I accidentally hit it all the time. And it's fucked up because somebody could be telling you something really important or something really fucked up and saying something that deserves a response. And you're in the middle of typing a response, but you accidentally hit that thumbs up and it swells up like.
Oh, man, you got them with that sarcasm.
Right, that big ass thumbs up. And they think you're just being an asshole. Like, damn, this thing really just hit me as a thumbs up. And I was trying, but you're like, no, that was an accident. I hate that fucking thumbs up icon
it's like, hey, man.
on the messenger. Like I said, sometimes you'll hit it the wrong way and it'll be like,
I'll reenact it.
A big ass gray big.
I'll reenact it for you right now. This is me texting you on my phone on Messenger. I'm like, hey, man, I lost my job. I'm thinking about ending my life. And then here comes a thumb. Beep.
Big ass thumbs up, swelling up like balloon, like bloop. And you know your instant reaction to them like, I just saw something of the worst shit that happened to me in my life. And hit me with a swole up thumbs up, not just a thumbs up, the super one.
Yeah, so I hate that damn like button.
What the fuck is that?
You know what I'm saying? It's like one person's always, or there's always that sad person on there looking for some weird ass fucking like words of encouragement. That's what TikTok is for now. I notice. I promote on TikTok. We're on TikTok. I'm on, I think it's like Heim_Heim or Jaime_Heim on TikTok. Right. And I promote the show on there. And there's a lot of people on there just looking for somebody just to say like, hey man, it's going to be okay. I see videos that are funny on commercials and shit.
And I feel bad because now in the mix of like what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like TikTok is would be an asset to use for. You know what I'm saying? Promotion things, but and I always said like, hopefully you'll see me on Pornhub before you see me on TikTok.
Now I understand,
but no, I don't know, because I see, to me, I guess by being a man, to me, if I see dudes on TikTok, I feel the same way as dudes using rabbit and bunny ear fucking little things like what do you call that shit? Snapchat filters. Dudes be like, I'm a bunny. I'm like, no, you're a bitch.
So there is some entertaining stuff on there, but then there's these weird things where people are on there being real emotional for like serious stuff. And okay, that's fine. You got the courage to do that. Maybe you're alone. You don't have a lot of people around you.
Right.
I understand that you're reaching out.
On my end,
my problem
be no
is
attention seeker as a dude, because I would shut that bitch shit down. Like,
but my problem is the people in the comments are fucked up. Like, there'll be some cool ass people in there being nice, supportive, and you'll be okay. Everything will be all right. Come chat with us. It'll be cool. Don't worry about a thing. We're here for you here.
Like, we got you.
And then there's these other people like, fucking jump. Like some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it. Let me pull it back for you, like shit, like just some assholes in there. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Fuck it. You out there fishing for attention, you might just catch the wrong shit.
I guess you got to deal with it.
Right, you put yourself out there for that.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world ain't going to be sympathetic or give a fuck about your feelings.
For real.
You open yourself up for that shit. Be ready to deal with it.
For sure. And like I said, I just don't like that like button at all. I think that Facebook needs to step their game up with some new things. There's got to be like the dislike. There's got to be the who gives a shit.
Right.
And then there's got to be like, what the fuck? Like, it's got to be, one's got to be who gives a shit. Then it's got to be the one that moves.
If they got to get the what the fuck button, or the who gives a fuck button, man, that would be the most famous shit ever.
It would, because they're so limited right now. I don't want bad news to have likes because you care about it. I don't want you to like it because I'm going to be mad at you.
And they need another one with the emoji with your hands like this where it's like, look. Yeah.
They're like, oh, look, he's posting up the new show episode. I don't want to go on his stuff. He don't like none of my photos. It's probably because you liked when I posted my Pops Past. That's probably why I ain't posting your shit.
Oh, you don't like me with them emojis like,
Yeah, because you liked it. You and 176 other motherfuckers.
So y'all just thought that was real cool that
like,
I said my grandfather died. Y'all talking like, loved it. Look, loved it.
Right.
With the heart on that shit. I'd be feeling that way too. Like, what kind
Look at, I see I got the trophy ones over there.
Trophy thumbs up. It
For real.
Really does happen.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. I just looked over and
shout out to my man, One Take Will. He brought those in here, man.
One Take Will. Yeah. Oh my God. Just stop it, dude.
Hold on.
You so disrespectful. Wait a minute. I need some water.
This is for y'all, Facebook. You need to upgrade this thumb button because that shit is played out. Come on, Facebook. Do it.
Bro.
Yeah, like I said, shout out to my boy Will. He probably fucking got me these.
Yes, bro. You stupid. He pulled out the golden phone.
That's right. For the bombest, like, one-liner, that's your trophy. You'd be like, bing.
He said down for one. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, but
another thing Facebook needs to give. I fucking hate that live video shit. The Facebook Live
shit.
Facebook
Live?
I fucking hate it, dude. Because I could see if I was just scrolling through my newsfeed or whatever and I happen to see it, but you get notifications when your friends go live.
Or what about the watch party? When you get invited to the watch party?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to watch TV second screen through you, but I can sit here and watch my own shit.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'll see watch parties and there'll be like 3 people at the watch party. And I'm like, I don't want to be just the 4th motherfucking watch party. I don't want to feel that lame with the 4th fucking. I don't want to be the 4th guy and nobody else join.
I've never watched anybody's watch.
No, I'm just saying, like, my boy does like live band shows and performances and stuff like that. There's other guys do like music and you know what I'm saying. But when it's like I said, I feel bad because it's a friend of mine and there'll be like 4 people watching or 2 people watching and they got a whole live thing going on, a band playing and all that shit. And I'm like, man, I don't want to be just the 4th dude and like nobody else join me. I'm the last guy in line. I always did that's like avoided.
Dude, I don't watch people's watch parties, and I hate getting notifications that somebody is live. I don't give a fuck if they're live.
I just want to make one.
Being live should not be noted to me. And I mean, if I happen to see it, it's cool. But I don't want to look at my shit thinking like, bling. You should go on your
Facebook Live right now.
Fuck out of here.
You should log on your Facebook Live right now, and we could do like a part of the segment on your Facebook Live. Show everybody what's going on.
Look, so as I'm saying that I don't like live and I hate it, whatever.
I was trying to manipulate you. You're like, oh, that's a great idea. And then I'd be like, I got you. No, I'm just kidding.
He didn't hit me like Ben Kenobi, like Luke. You will go to the Dagobah
Yes.
system.
You will post live. You will post live once a week.
You will post live. How much you hate live? Like, ain't that some ridiculous?
You will go live now. No, I'm just kidding.
Ain't that like an oxymoron? No.
But yeah, man, they need some more emojis or some more reactions for sure.
Dude, they need something. They need Jesus. Actually, is what they need.
Also, like, what's up with them having the most, like, you could see the most gruesomest, violentest shit on Facebook anymore. And you used to be able to see it on YouTube or the internet, but now you can just go to Facebook and see the most grotesque, nastiest, you know, stuff that might make you sick, and you keep watching anyway.
You're mad that you've seen it. Like, why is this shit in my newsfeed?
And I do it every time. I'm like, you know, this is going to happen to this guy's leg, or this is going to happen right here. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Here it goes.
And then I'm like, and then I watch a minute, nothing happens. I'm like, fuck, let me fast forward to it.
Right.
And I shouldn't have done it, but I did it.
And you'd be mad at yourself, like, that you watched it.
Yeah, I'm like let me get there.
You're mad that it's there. Like, man, that's some bullshit. Like, let me check out this train wreck real quick, see what's really going on.
Back in the day when we would watch, like, Faces of Death and all that weird shit.
Oh, my God, bro. That was the sickest shit.
I remember one time we watched it, and I was young, like, because it was, you know, VHS times and shit like that. And we had video stores and all that shit. Even, like, there was more video stores than Blockbuster. Like, that Family Video. Right. There was all kinds of Taylor Video, like, all that shit.
You used to look forward to that shit on a Friday night. Your parents or something like, we're going to get some movies. You're like, oh, shit.
For all you youngsters that don't know, whoever's watching, they have, oh, shit, what's this? It's your Facebook Live notification. That's what it is.
Oh, I'm like, I hear my phone. Hold on.
Yeah. So they have this video store, and in the video stores, they would have those rooms with the beads. You couldn't walk there unless you was 18 and over. They would have the adult videos and all that shit.
Yeah. They had lava lamps and like that red light.
You couldn't go in there unless you was older to go watch the big vids. But anyways, so we got Faces of Death one time. I had friends over. We're like, we're gonna watch some movies. So we watched like Faces of Death Part 1 and 2. And for those of you who don't know, it was like what you kind of see on Facebook, just like crazy accidents, like murders, hostage situations, like things that
shit that went horribly awry,
really bad,
things that really went bad.
Yeah. So you watch these movies. We were young kids, and like I just got all quiet afterwards. Like we were all just like nobody talked. We was just sitting there like, "What's up? What's up?" Because you just saw all this death and like all these like famine. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like fucked y'all up, and we was we all were so hyped up, and then at the end we were like,
like rethinking your whole life behind that shit. Like,
you want to turn TV on or something? I got a football that glows at night. Let's go play with the light ball. Let's get our minds off the shit.
Right. You watch the shit that's fucked you up.
Yeah. Remember that Nerf ball that lit up? Like, let's go play with that little fucking ball. And it whistled and shit.
Right. You didn't even want to watch the second tape. You're like, I don't want to watch part 2.
Yeah. I ain't watching part 3, yo. I ain't gonna do it.
Oh, dude, I remember Face to Death with some Alco shit.
Yeah. And we was just all silent afterwards, man. It was just bad. We just felt like we just got in trouble or yelled at by our folks. We was like, okay. This popcorn don't even taste the same, man.
Like, I don't even want no Mountain M&M's.
You want the rest of my Mountain Dew, dude? You want my Mountain Dew, man? No.
For real, bro.
But that's what it felt like all the time, man. I just felt bad on watching that shit. But you should be careful with all that violent shit you be showing. Because there's a lot of people on Facebook.
That might have you fucked up later on in life. You don't even know. We talking this shit as grown people.
Yeah.
Like to be like 60 and be fucked up. Like, I seen some shit when I was 45. Like,
another thing I would like y'all to stop doing is spying on my ass. Because, like, me and you talking about this right now, we can be like, oh, did you see those new Jordan 72s? Because, like, who knows how many fucking versions he's got now? Or what else? Now they're giving rappers and shit Jordans. Isn't that crazy? Like, there's so many rappers out there that are big as hell, and, like, nobody hears them on the radio.
Right.
Because of the internet, you know what I'm saying? Like, but these guys are fucking huge and selling out concerts and shit, but nobody hears them on the radio no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's bananas. But anyways.
It's bananas.
Yeah. They got all the fucking.
N-A-N-A-S.
Right.
It's bananas. Oh, God.
So what was I saying about the Jordans?
You said 72 pairs of
Yeah, so they had the Jordan 72s.
Like the Jordan Retro 2000. Dude, I don't even want to talk about that shit. That shit fucking irritates me. People spend like, oh, these new Jordans are out. They ain't new. They're fucking the same shoe they made out. This is Jordan 13th, 15th edition.
So now we're talking about it. We're talking about shoes. Now, when you go on your Facebook and shit today, there's going to be all kinds of ads about Jordans all over your Facebook.
Yeah.
I would like y'all to stop that.
Yeah, that shit scares me.
There's an option. It says turn voice recognition off. You turn it off, and y'all are still doing it.
That shit is
What's up with that?
Weird as fuck to me. Because I swear to God, like you said, you could be talking about someone, one of my friends, or sometimes honestly don't even talk about it. Like think about some shit. I swear to God, there's been times that like something just crossed my mind earlier during the day, and later on as I'm going through my first Facebook, I will see something related to that in the advertisement. Like, how the fuck does that? Like, and it's happened more than once, and I'm like, I never even spoke on this shit. Never like I thought about this. Like it crossed my mind. I didn't verbalize it. How does this shit just pop up? Or like you said, you have a conversation with one of your friends earlier about something. Like, oh, we're talking about the new such and such, and she low and fucking
guarantee you. I guarantee you, there's gonna be some ads on our shit today
about Georgia. If I do, I swear to God,
I'm gonna text you and show you. I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna send you that shit, or I'll tag you in it. I'll be like, look, motherfucker, I told you.
Yeah, dude, that shit is freaky to me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's like Facebook eavesdropping on you. Like, I just be in a room or something talking to somebody like, yeah, we're talking about the woo woo woo.
Yeah.
And I'll pick it up on Facebook being like, we heard that. Like, hell no.
Oh my gosh. I saw this funny ass commercial. This is totally off subject. But I was watching TV, not today. It was like fucking I think it was Saturday. So it was this commercial, and it was like the fakest like Mexican family. Shout out to my Mexicanos. This family was like, they were like some fakicanos, man. They wasn't for real. And I'm telling you, they was fake. Like, oh my God, they was like if I'm gonna sound, maybe I'll sound racist. I don't give a shit. But they was like the whitest Mexicans I've ever seen in my life. It was like acting like a motherfucker. This shit wasn't like
they had no Latin blood in their system.
First of all, they were all dressed in like this. The dad was dressed like Carlton, you know what I'm saying, but in white, like Carlton's cardigans and the button, you know. Oh my God, or like Bill Gates, but in all white. They're all in white and khakis in this commercial, and they were like talking about the fuchilala, you know what I'm saying, how it's fucking everybody up. And they're like, these people were gathered in a wedding and da-da-da. And then the lady, like, didn't even have an accent or nothing. She was just like, I wish we didn't gather. It was like the fakest commercial I've ever seen. I laughed so hard. I videoed it. I put it on my Instagram story, but it's done now. But, man, I was like, these were the fakest people. It was the weirdest commercial. I was like, what? My lady was in the other room in the shower, and I said, like, come on, like, so loud. She was like, what's going on? Because I was so pissed off at this bullshit they try to feed me on the TV.
Right, about yo people. You like, that is not it, nowhere in my entire culture.
No, they was all getting along. The kids was sitting still, like nobody was running around. Like, come on now. And she didn't have the tight lip when the kids, you know, she already yelled at them before the camera started. You know what I'm saying? It was all fake.
Right.
And then she was like, I wish we didn't gather. Like, come on, man. You would gather. You didn't call your kids cabron or nothing. I was pissed. Give me that fake shit.
If you don't know, this is messed up.
So what's up with us getting fucking snowstorm galore, and then today we fucking in a fucking no jacket?
Let me tell you.
That's Michigan, yo.
Once again, like I said yesterday, I slept like the better part of like
the day.
More than.
Damn.
Like yesterday, I think it was like maybe 1.
You were like in a self-induced coma?
Like 11, maybe noon. And I woke up and it was like, I ain't gonna say 11 or noon, but like I was already in bed, like just chilling, watching TV.
I can tell you had like no bags in your eyes. No, I was kidding. You look well rested.
Right, for real.
Unlike
like
me.
I was in bed, like just laying around watching TV because I already didn't feel good. Just getting, you know, really just kind of just get my voice back and fucking. It was cold, snowing, nasty outside. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." I took my took my meds and everything, and it kind of put me to sleep.
I hope so.
So by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was already asleep, like nodding off sleep, like kind of waking up just a little bit. And I went to sleep, and I was in such a deep sleep. I woke up, and the clock said it was 7:42. Not 7:42. It was like 6, maybe 7 o'clock, but like it was that halfway dark outside where you couldn't tell whether the sun was just going down and it was starting to get dark, or was at the pre-dawn and the sun's gonna come up in about another 45 minutes. So I'm like, damn. I'm thinking like, oh, I just been asleep for about an hour or two. It's 7 o'clock at night. Sun's just going down. It's about to get, bro. It was 6 something this morning, and the sun was about to come up. I was like, damn. I went to sleep like that, and the only reason I was able to tell exactly what time it was. Is because I turned on the TV and looked. I was like, okay, this is on. So
oh my gosh,
that's what time it is.
I've taken a nap like that one time where I thought it was tomorrow and it wasn't. Like I got up and was like, what the fuck time is it? And it was like, I thought it was the next day because I'd be by myself and just be like, trip. I had to look at the clock and shit real quick.
Right.
I'll be like that deep. That's how you know it's a good sleep when you forget shit like that.
I woke up like, what? But I was well rested. And that's why I'm here today. I can actually speak. I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. Because that shit was bad. Talking about a Uchi Lala, and I was like, nigga, I was like, what? Like, that shit scared me, dude. Like, not being able to actually.
You got muted?
Yeah, like, that shit scared me because I'm like, damn. I could imagine what life would be like this as much as I talk, too. I'm like,
you have to learn sign language or get one of them fucking computer talkers.
I had a computer talking. I'm lazy as fuck. Like, let me get this boy right here.
Want to play a game? You sound like Siri and shit.
Thermonuclear global war.
You be talking like the male Siri.
Serious. Like, hey, serious.
I have you on this episode. You'd be like, what's going on? I'm like, man, this is going to take like 3 hours to get 10 minutes of like a show.
Right, regular show. Nigga spit out 12
It'd be slower than Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle. It'd be slower than Stevie. It'd be slower.
That's so he said slow as hell. Like, every time you say Stevie from Malcolm X, I'm just saying
Malcolm X. Not that Stevie.
Malcolm in the Middle.
That Stevie shot Malcolm. No, I'm just kidding. I think that guy was Steve. No, I
don't remember his name. It was one of the brothers, though.
But I just thought of a white name, so I mean, my bad. Again, I done fucked up again. Fuck.
There was a black dude that shot him, though, like, for real. Like,
but who planned it?
Bro, that's not sure what that the other day. Dude, I would say some shit on the Malcolm X shit. Believe me, the show fuck around and get shut down. They're like,
we'll get conspiracied up.
Like, there's your other two Demirs right there. Your card is done.
We'll get all conspiracied up. I got a good conspiracy for you, though.
Oh, man.
So I was watching through some of these channels on YouTube, and there's this lady who's got telescopes, cool camera equipment, and whatnot. And
no, I was on my cord. I wasn't like,
my bad. I thought you were gonna say something.
No, my bad. It was a cord.
She got a cool picture of the sun, and with these cool like lenses she has and all this stuff. And then there was this weird object by the sun, like a curved object. And you know when it's far away like that, you know it's really big. So she was saying it was like a space station. And when
that
you see
close to the sun?
Yeah. So when you see the pictures, she was like, it makes you think that maybe the sun isn't what we are told that the sun is. Cause I'm just playing conspiracies, you know what I'm saying? All so right. Because there's other videos of these objects that have been by the sun where it looks like they're kind of refueling, and they got this like tube goes to the sun and shit, like you can see it and it like detaches and the thing takes off. And so like people are like, what we're perceiving as the sun could be something different to whatever is out there. It
really is.
Because the video is wild as hell. Like, I mean, there is legit something there, and her camera equipment, you know, is really good, and it picked all this stuff up. And I just thought it was interesting. I mean, I just thought, what you think your take if you was like, let's say you're playing around with your regular camera phone, and you just saw something. You just kept looking at it every day. Like, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you know, it's something like something far of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like. That would be wild because maybe what if the sun was some kind of filling station or some kind of something, you know what I'm saying? And we've been taught our whole lives that it's so far out that
right,
like you can't get close to it because you'll burn, that we've never even attempted to go near it because we're under the assumption that could be a deterrent just so people are like, oh, you're going to make you think it's too hot for anybody to get close to it, but really this is what it is.
Or like that song Blinded by the Light. That old song.
You're right.
So let's say the light is super bright to deter what's behind it. Maybe it's another planet, or maybe it's like a real serenity, like paradise type of place that
maybe
just
it
hide.
could be heaven behind the sun.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that light's just like hiding that shit. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Or it could be God, and that just could be how intense his brightness is.
Yeah, that too.
Like the sun could be.
Well, if you guys like this episode, hit us with a like and subscription. We'd appreciate that. And you can catch us here every Wednesday and Saturday. And like I said, thank you for joining me again. And I can't wait to hear you Saturday.
For sure.
And hit that notification button so you guys don't miss an episode. Like I said, we're here twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And this has been another episode of
Mental Vent.
Till next time, humans.
And scene.
See ya.
Order Appreciate you. So,